Hey guys, and welcome back to Midtown, USA. You're in day 3 of early autumn, and I was thinking about what on earth could I show you guys that didn't involve harvesting a field. And then I realized that as we harvest these fields, we need to plow them now, because we have gone through 3 harvests with these fields, and they are in a need plow state. So we need to plow them, we need to fertilize them, and basically we need to get them in condition to turn around and plant spring wheat, or winter barley, or canola into them. So that's what we're going to do. And then, we're starting fairly early in the morning. Sun's not quite up because we've got a fairly busy day today. We also got word from the BGA that that the grass bunker that we put in way back in late summer is now ready and ready to be uncovered and processed. So we're going to also go down there and put some silage in the digester and see if we can't make us up a little bit of money. I just noticed the blinking light there on the cell tower at night. I didn't notice it blinking red before. So that's yet another thing that I've just discovered on this map that I hadn't seen in the past. And then, of course, we've got this great new plow texture that came with the released version of the map that's over at FS UK. You may also notice that our money is a little bit lower than it was last time, and that is because we are now own the map. We own every field. I picked up field 9 yesterday. It sold a couple loads of silage, or not silage, but of compost. So we are we're good to go there now with respect to owning all the fields. And of course, that field is already planted in barley, so we are good to go on that one. We won't have an opportunity to actually harvest that field because we're not going to play into next year. But we will have it, in theory, for the next owners of the farm. And I just want to hop out here real quick and check our soybean field out. See how it's coming along. We're at 33% growth. It's coming along quite well. Hopefully it will be ready to harvest in late autumn. 33%. That's got me a little worried. I was hoping it would be a little bit further on than that. We are continuing our sunflower harvest. We've got our harvester and our grain truck working over on field 8, finishing up that harvest. We did finish the sunflower harvest to the field that's directly in front of us. Just yesterday morning, I believe, we finished it up and started immediately over on field 8. And we're bringing in the sunflowers. Yields lower than I had kind of expected, but still, I think we're going to pull out a fair amount of sunflowers from those fields, so that'll be good. Again, all of that goes into the market once we get a decent sell price for that. So what we're going to do is, I guess we'll make a couple more passes here before we turn over the plowing to a helper. And then we will run over, check out our sunflower store in the silo just to see where we stand on that. And then we'll probably grab the CUDA and run over to the BGA and just start unloading some silage into the or not in the compost master, but, well, technically we could put silage in the compost master. It would definitely pay us more money than in the digester. But the folks in town are expecting the BGA to have biomass to convert into energy. So, well, we've got a commitment to them, so we need to work on that. But speaking of the compost master, we do have a fair amount of manure that we can take a load of manure down to the compost master and take care of that also. So maybe we'll do that also. Just kind of play it by ear, I guess. We do have 220 cows, and those guys are producing a lot of manure now that we are into autumn. They weren't putting a whole bunch of manure out in summertime, but they are definitely putting it out in autumn time frame. Let's get up here to the end of this row. Then we'll get this guy lined up and get him working. See up there at the corner of the field, we've got our fertilized spreader staged, ready to lay down another layer. We've already applied fertilizer once to this field, so we're going to put some granular in here, and then we're going to cultivate that in. Then we'll be ready to plant here shortly. So the way I figure it, we've got so many fields to turn around. We should try to stay on top of this field work, because we don't want to find ourselves caught out with respect to field work. Look here at our forecast. Got 2 days of sun today and tomorrow to continue working on our harvest. Then we've got days 5 and 6. We've got rain in the forecast, so need to kind of watch that. Oh, I forgot. This particular implement, for some reason, does not work with standard hired help. It's okay, we'll just let's do this. Alright. Let's just run across the field here. So out of the next 7 days, we've got 3 days of rain. And let's take a look here. So we have our field 8. We're working on field 8. And we also have field 14 ready to harvest. And then we'll need to basically, then we'll be caught up until probably the next transition. So mid-autumn, I expect our cornfields to be ready to harvest. And then late autumn, I expect we've got our soybean fields here that are going to be ready to harvest. That's how I'm hoping. We've already plowed field 15, so we need to come back and cultivate that in. Already applied 1 coat of fertilizer to field 15. So we'll need to apply a 2nd coat after we cultivate. And let's check our prices out here. So we've got a pretty decent price, at least we did last time I looked. Yep, we got a pretty decent price in silage, $245. Got a really nice price on compost. But everything else, not so great pricing. Of course, we got a great demand for corn, but of course we don't have any corn. Come down here and just check out our sunflower store. Here we are with our sunflowers. So even with the lower yield, we still have 186,000 liters of sunflowers, and we're still harvesting. So that's not too terrible bad. All right, let's send some manure down to the compost master because the wheel loader is actually over by the compost master, so that'll just make things easier. Let's get in our our conveyor belt here. Let's bring him on over. Get him lined up here. Let's see here. Let's change our legs here so we can get a stable platform. Okay. Turn our conveyor on. Then we'll bring our trailer over here and load her up with some manure. Nice clean trailer. We cleaned everything off the other day. We're gonna dirty it up. Say, this is why you can never have anything nice. You're always dirtying your stuff up. Oh. Problem is, when I can take a load of manure like this and buy myself all kinds of new equipment, I think I can, I think it's okay if I get it a little dirty, right? Alright, so that's going to take a little while to load up. Let's go over here and just check our liquid manure pile. About 50%, 400,000 liters on that. Check our cows, see how we're doing there. Oh, we need to feed these bad boys. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that right now, but we definitely need to feed these guys before the end of the day. Just check and see how our silage pit is. Our ferment silos. Just under 500,000 liters in that one. The other one's still empty. And I think we got all of the hay out of here. But let me just check. Can't remember. Yep, we got all the hay out of there, so that's good. See if we can't find some eggs here. You know, the best day for me is the day that this grass goes to harvested in winter, because oh my gosh, I can never find these darn eggs during the day. During the summer, grass is tall. So I was thinking about how could I do the silage, and I remembered last time I used the conveyor belt there, the slow belt, and some in-game conveyor belts to sell the silage, and well, that basically took forever to do. So I thought, well, this time let's do the scoop method. Let's run the wheel loader and just scoop it in. And that's going to take a long time too. But it's a little bit different method. Sadly, there really isn't a fast way of selling the silage. One method that I really want to use, and I might just do it, is to pick up one of these. 28,000, 20,000. Pick up this one, for example, and scoop into this with the wheel loader. Then we can come around and unload this into the compost master. So, hey, let's just go ahead and do that. Standard wide tires. Let's just go ahead and buy that up. We're going to do silage a little bit different today. Differenter, different than I was even planning initially. But we've got the money, so we might as well, right? This guy is still loading. It's at 60-some %. We're going to need a tractor to run our, here we go. What's this one? 1000 series. All right. We'll just use this one. We're going to run up to the shop and pick up that trailer. Then we're going to come back down here, and by that point, hopefully the trailer with manure is filled up. The way we're going to work our silage is we're going to scoop the silage into this sugarcane trailer. It holds silage. And then we're going to pull up alongside the Silo King, and we're going to dump the trailer in. Then we're going to swing back around, fill it back up, and just repeat that process. There it is. Right. There's the trailer. It doesn't look too oversized for the tractor, I guess. We could obviously hook a couple of these up, but that might be a little burdensome to try to manage. Yep, it looks like our truck is full of manure now. Just going to pull up here. Set him to follow me. Over here and off our conveyor belt. Cover it up. Roll on out. Well, I guess we'll get the CUDA out another day. Changed plans. But we need to restock the compost master because we almost emptied it the other day when we took our load of compost down. We had a pretty good price, and well, we needed to restock our coffers a little bit with our land purchase. I think it took us down to about $20,000 in the bank. So we sold another load of compost, and that boosted our account back to a more comfortable level. You can see our plowed field over there fertilized. We've also off-camera fertilized our 2 grass fields, so they are now up to 3 stages again. Let's check on this growth here. All right, 67%. I think that's the growth we had when we did the first cut, if I'm remembering right. We're gonna hold off on that grass until late autumn. See if we can get another growth out of it. I don't know if we're going to get another growth out of it or not, but we'll just see if we can. If we can, that would be great, because then we'll obviously put this grass over here in 18 and 19. We're going to put that back into the BGA, back in another pit, and we'll use the grass up in field 11, field 10, whichever field it is. Alright, guy, look, you don't need to be right on my tail end. Okay? Back you up a little bit. Let's see if we can't. There we go. Now, the compost master will only take 50,000 liters of input. So it's going to cut off here at 10,000. And we're going to need to wait a little bit. While we wait, let's go ahead and the wheel loader here. We're going to need to empty this bucket. Set you up. Follow. And let's see here. Almost. Just need that to get below 40,000. Then we'll be able to tip in the rest. Ta-da! Come on. What do they say? A washed compost master never eats its load? There it goes. Turn off our lights. We'll chew on that for a little while. Swing on around here. Either side will work to scoop this in. Just going to park this here. And this should be the bunker that is done. Yep. So let's open the bunker. And now we have 463,000 liters in there. Let's go ahead and there's the other 2 bunkers. What we're going to do is we're going to just Load up this trailer. How many scoops this thing takes? Looks like it's going to take about 5 scoops to fill this up. And now, the only time I'm going to drop our clock speed down to 1x, just for the purpose of doing this silage. You know, I don't like how the game does the price on silage, to where, you know, between scoops you can significantly lower your, you know, the amount of money you make off your silage. I mean, that just seems a little dumb to me. It seems that you would, you know, your rate would be constant throughout your. You would have already basically sold the material when you brought it in and put it in the bunker, and basically you sold it on a promise, if you will, on a futures price, I guess maybe is the right term. And you actually collect your money when you actually come in and put the material into the digester. Well, at that rate, then it makes sense that the amount you sell would be fairly consistent, or once you start selling. So I've got I've got loaded the mod for the BGA, where the price is, as long as it's eating, as long as the digester is eating, there's numbers in that scale over there by the Silo King, then your price is constant. Well, in order for me to basically be able to keep up with that thing, I'm going to need to slow the clock down. Alright. Going to get out here. Slow down the clock. Clock is only going to be at 1x while we're doing this type of BGA work. At all other points in time, we'll run it at 10x. Pull on up here. And raise her up. And dump her in. There you go. We're going to try to get this as high as we can. Okay. Come on around here. Mark this and see if we can't get this loaded in again before we run out of material. Be a little bit of a I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. If I work really quick, I can do it with the bucket. I can basically scoop 1,000 or 5,000 liters in, or almost 6,000 liters in the time that it eats a couple thousand liters, and over time I work up a nice excess. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this at 28,000. Something we'll just have to try. Down to 19,000. So have you all used the platinum, these platinum sugarcane trailers for anything other than sugarcane? Let me know how you all are using them. Yeah, when we had my multiplayer server and we were playing the South American map, that's when I realized that these things could be used to sell silage. So as soon as I realized that, I was like, oh, let's try that and see how that works. And that worked pretty good. You know, instead of using belts, we could just do this. You know, you have to be kind of proficient at the wheel loader to do that, but of course, the further we get in the bunker, the harder it's going to be to do this quickly. But at the same point, you'll hopefully have a, at that point, you've got a kind of a buffer saved up. Out. I saw the digester was at like 10,000. So hopefully we'll have time to loop around here and get in position. Oh yeah. So 6,000. You do this quickly, we're going to be able to get a get ahead, and then we'll have kind of a nice buffer. And we're getting almost $7,000 a load here. So yeah, let me know how you all are using the platinum stuff. You know, we're using the platinum Massey Ferguson for pigs. We're using this trailer for silage now. I had always, well, after the platinum map came out, I really decided that the platinum DLC was really better for the equipment that you got than the map itself. And you know, this trailer is good for wood chips also. We could use this if we wanted to when we're doing our work with the poplar. It only holds 28,000. Doesn't really hold a whole ton, but we could use this. Now we wouldn't be able to use it in that building because of the low roof. But we could use this to, if we put the wood chip storage building in that I want to use, we could use this then to empty into the, I can't get that silage there. We could use this to empty then into the bioheating plant. We could fill it from the storage area, and then hopefully we can fill it from the storage area. The reason we can use this for the BGA bunker is because this is acting like a shovel. Now you can't hit I. You're not hitting I to unload this thing. You have to use the mouse. So it's basically a trailer with a big bucket on the, or a big shovel, if you will. So that's why it works with the Compost Master. Or, no, not the Compost Master, the Silo King. It's because it's the same as using a big bucket to dump it into. $17,000 over there, so we got plenty of time now. Kind of work our tail off for the first two loads. Well, the second load. And we don't have to work real hard for the first load, duh, because we're not selling anything. Second load you want to work pretty quick on. Then after that, should be fairly easy to stay ahead of that thing. Looks like our plow is done. We'll get him working over on another field here shortly. There we go. So guys, that's what I'm going to be doing today, is I'm going to be emptying this bunker. I'm going to be basically get the plow over on the other field, and we're going to finish off this soybean harvest. The sunflower harvest. Alright, come on now. There we go. So, encourage you guys to go check out the folks in my description, please. They are all 3 Dudes Media members, and they all put out really great content. One of the newest members of 3 Dudes Media Network is Simulation for the Nation. He's doing some really interesting video series called A Better Understanding, where he is kind of profiling or interviewing, if you will, some popular YouTube personalities and other folks associated with the farm sim community. And it's a really great series. I encourage you to go check him out. Also, go check out PCSG and the 3 Dudes website. They are really great resources for anyone who is not only new to the game, but even long-term players. If you're just looking for a nice, mature, friendly community to hang out in, go check them out. So, they've got both sites have open multiplayer servers. 3 Dudes, we're in the process of picking a new server to get going. The process is a little slow, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get the multiplayer server fired back up and active again. I was pretty active with it, but then the opportunity to kind of profile and show off the cancer research map, Skeleton Farms, came available to me. And when I got access to that map, I really wanted to prioritize showing that off for everybody. And that map kind of took the open multiplayer scheduled time frame, away from me. But speaking of that, I want to encourage you all to download that map when it does come out. Now, it's not out yet, at least as of the recording of this video, it's not out. It's been a classic coming soon for what feels like 2 months now. But I can tell you what I understand from following the FS UK posting is that the holdup is with the deal with consoles and Giants testing. Basically, there's been some issues related to the map, and for the map to be available for console. And those issues have been a little, I guess, unpredicted or unanticipated. So obviously, if you would have anticipated those issues, you wouldn't have had them, right? I think this is the first map that they have tried to get console approval on. The Mappers Paradise group, I think. If I'm incorrect, I know I'll be corrected, but I think it's the first map that the Mappers Paradise folks have tried to get console approval on. And if that is the case, then this is new territory for them. So it's something that they really need to get ironed out. And everybody wants the map to be available to everybody, not just so that you can play the map, but so that there's more availability for the charity. So when the map does come out, please download the map, even if you're not going to play it, because what Giants does is they pay per download. Typically, the mod author will get some amount of compensation per download, and depending on how the mod is rated, you know, the number of stars you get, depends on the amount that they pay. So what I'm hoping everybody can do is, one, download the map even if you're not going to play it, because the download does help. It does contribute to what they donate to the charity. And two, rate the map, please. Give it a rating that you think the map deserves. I'm not going to ask you and beg you to give it a 5-star rating. I'm going to rate it 5 stars when it's available because I think it deserves that. But if you think it's only a 3-star map, well, that's fine. You know, that's your opinion. But please rate it however you feel it should be rated, because the better the rating, then the more they pay out. And again, the charity is a cancer research charity in the UK. It's a good cause, so I encourage you to go check those out, please. Until next time, guys, happy farming.